Wuckert Jr. with CoinGeek.com, live in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida at the Blockchain Futurist Conference 2025. We're here to cover world-class speakers like Eric Trump, Iggy Azalea, and influencers from across the blockchain ecosystem. Stay tuned for our incredible coverage of the event. Speaking of law, regulation in the digital asset space, going back 4 or 5 years, everybody was worried about the SEC. Everybody's going to prison because everybody was running a pump and dump or some crazy thing. I think that we've seen a lot of maturity the last couple of years. Now everybody's got real world assets. People are coming with regulated financial instruments. How has that changed from your perspective, the kind of clients that you're seeing? What do you think is the biggest change you're seeing on that front in the space?
The biggest change is the institutionalization of digital assets, because with the more relaxed enforcement environment from the SEC, which has said it's not going to regulate meme coins, and now we have a regulatory framework for stablecoins, but also a more lax environment that allows innovation, we're seeing more institutional investors, institutional entities getting involved in the space. And I think you're seeing more sophistication in the digital asset products we're seeing. So I think we're seeing a leveling up in the type of entities, ideas, and formations we're getting.
Tokenized real estate, tokenized vodka, tokenized dog walking services. Then I'm walking around outside and the guy on stage says, "Is that Kurt Wuckert Jr.?" He was up on stage talking about Bitcoin Cash script-based smart contracts. And then we have to have a really nice conversation about how real utility is actually coming to lots of these chains. So I'll be honest, I was pleasantly surprised to see real people trying to sell real things, but putting them as tokens on blockchains.
If you look at Bitcoin around the world, I would argue that it's actually financial freedom to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions, many billions of people around the world who live in countries where you can't trust your government, you can't trust your banking system, you have a currency that's destabilized, that hasn't been a great store of value. You have fraud, you have waste, you have abuse, you have theft. You have financial institutions that want to have their fingers in a honey jar every single day. Bitcoin solves all of that.
We just watched Eric Trump sit on stage with the board of American Bitcoin Mining and Hut 8 talking about how Bitcoin mining can help bring energy independence to the United States. And we talked about why Bitcoin is a superlative asset relative to gold and all kinds of other things. It was fantastic to watch. It was really, really great to hear his perspective on things. And I think we were all better for it. So just looking at the last couple of years, if we would have gone back 2 years ago, middle of the Biden administration, the SEC is trying to punish everybody for trying to work in this industry. Now all of a sudden there's been a big regulatory change too. Do you think your project or the alt blockchain could have worked during the Biden administration, or is there, okay, hard no.
Hard no, we couldn't actually do what we're doing until the Genius Act passed.
Yeah.
What we're doing with the tokenization and our lending company going on to this blockchain, we have to be compliant. It's important to us that we are compliant. So we want to abide by all SEC and FTCA and all these regulations. So no, they weren't regulating anything before. We couldn't have done it.
And that's a wrap on the final day of Blockchain Futurist Conference 2025. We got to hear tremendous presentations from titans of industry like DeLorean, or folks like Eric Trump talking about the fundamentally American opportunity of American Bitcoin. And then presenters like Iggy Azalea talking about everything from the meme coin economy to all the fun stuff you can do about blockchains. And speaking of fun stuff, we got to meet the Shiro Neko people who seem to be really, really pumped about cats on the blockchain. I've had a blast. I hope you've had a blast too. Continue to follow us on CoinGeek.com. I'm Kurt Wuckert Jr. Thank you and good night.